For most people today, seeing your own face is a baseline experience. You know your features through mirrors, phone cameras, and security screens, observing your appearance almost every day. But for the vast majority of our history, humans rarely saw themselves clearly at all. Your own face was a mystery. There were no photographs, no glass windows, no reliable, stable surfaces to reflect a clear image of who you were. In this environment, identity was social rather than visual. You understood yourself through your role in the tribe, your voice, and your relationships, not through your appearance. You knew the expressions and movements of everyone else in your group, but your own face existed mostly in your imagination. What was it like when a human first saw their own reflection? The moment the surface moves and a face looks back. The first mirrors were accidental. A calm lake or rainwater trapped in stone would briefly reveal an image, but these early encounters were fragile. Water moves constantly. Wind and light change the shape of the image, making the reflection feel unreachable and fragmented. Encountering an image that copies every move perfectly but cannot be touched triggers the uncanny effect. The human brain isn't naturally evolved for this self-observation. Staring at a face in dim lighting can even produce distortions as the brain struggles with the visual feedback. To ancient humans, this psychological discomfort suggested that reflections were more than just light on water. Because reflections looked real but lacked a physical body, many cultures associated them with spirits, souls, or alternate worlds. These beliefs led to superstitions about mirrors trapping souls or bringing misfortune if broken. These myths weren't random. They were attempts to explain the intense, unsettling feeling of seeing a second version of yourself. In nature, the ability to recognize yourself as an object is rare. Most animals fail the mirror test. When confronted with their reflection, they usually react with fear or aggression, treating the image as a separate intruder. Only a few species, like dolphins, elephants, and great apes, show signs of visual self-recognition. They use the mirror to investigate their own bodies. Early humans crossed this psychological threshold, realizing the figure in the water was not another person. This realization added a new layer to human awareness. We became conscious of our own presence as visible objects in the world. Once humans understood themselves visually, appearance took on new significance. Clothing, hairstyles, and body painting became ways to manage how others perceived us. But for thousands of years, a clear view of yourself remained a rare luxury. Early mirrors, like this ancient Egyptian version made of polished copper, offered only dark and limited reflections. Other civilizations used polished stone, such as this obsidian glass, but the image was still far from the clarity we expect today. In fact, many people throughout history likely died without ever seeing an accurate reflection of their own face. Technology eventually transformed the human image into something permanent and easily observed. Today, constant self-observation influences our behavior. Because we are always aware of how we look, we often perform for an imagined audience, adjusting our expressions and posture even when we are alone. This is a departure from the ancient mindset, where human attention was directed outward, toward nature, the stars, and the immediate needs of the tribe. The discovery of the reflection changed the focus of human attention. It provided a way to observe ourselves as part of the world,